So Corey and I, we're gonna move sides of the lake here. We're fishing into the wind right now, and it's kind of making it difficult. I came over here on this side of the lake because we're fishing, because the wind's been blowing over here all day, and all the bait fish are coming over to the side. And since we're fishing from the bank today, it's kind of made it a little difficult to kind of cast, because fishing with a lure like she has, and even with this Mepps spinner, it's not working real well, and the wind keeps grabbing it. We're gonna go find us another location, maybe even another possible lake, because out where we're at right now in South Dakota, it's called the Prairie Potholes region. You drive about 15 miles, you can find a lake. It's pretty awesome. Beautiful area to fish. You have anything to say, co-star?
Not really, no.
Woman, a few words, right? All right, y'all, sit tight, and we will come back at you whenever we decide whether we're gonna relocate to a different spot on the lake or whether we're gonna go to a different lake. Although one of the hazards that I do have to talk about here when you're bank fishing is you see all the stuff right here that we're walking across, all the down trees and all. Kind of makes it fun when you're out and about fishing like this. One of the things that I want to show you guys too before we leave this lake is up here on the riprap. Something I found the last time Corey and I were out here, and I think you guys are going to be thoroughly freaked out like Corey. I just want to show you. Alright guys, we're back down here on the riprap, like I told you we were going to be, because I wanted to show you something really cool. First time Corey and I came to this lake, we're walking along the shoreline, casting some lures and all, and I left Corey in one spot, and I was just walking along the lake, casting lures, and happened to look down as I was walking across the riprap, right? I don't know if you guys can see this or not. This is somebody's gravestone. It's kind of interesting. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it right here. Somebody's last name, they died in 1973. Well, me being the dad that I am, naturally I'm gonna have fun with my kids. And I called Corey, and this was Corey's reaction.
That's a little creepy. I was honestly a little scared that there was a gravestone. They're all over out here. There's like a lot of them.
And we were walking down here, and I saw one that I didn't notice until recently. All it says is something Navy, and it's got the looks like the date of death. And these things are all over the place. And some of the stones here that they've got in the riprap, like this one right here, it's kind of been polished a little bit, and you can tell that they were used for the making of marble stuff. Like this one right here is really pretty rock, really smooth to the touch. It's been polished, and I'm guessing that this is what happens whenever the people are making the tombstones and all, and they have an oh shit moment, kind of like an oh shit it just broke kind of deal. All right guys, sit tight, we're gonna go relocate, and we'll be back with you here shortly. Just to give you guys a little education about the Prairie Potholes region out here in South Dakota. During the, I think it was called the Minnesota glaciation period, long time ago, this whole area was covered by glaciers, and as the glacier started receding, places where the glacier dug really deep into the ground, as glacier was melting and all this, they filled up with water. And there's a lot of them. That's why it's called the Prairie Potholes region. Some of them are really deep, nice fishing lakes. Some of them, they're more of breeding grounds for ducks and geese, which is part of the reason why a lot of the area around here where we're at is really great for duck and goose hunting and stuff like that. There's a lot of, these lakes support a lot of wildlife, from the fish to deer, coyotes, snakes, stuff like that. That is one of those interlocked habitation kind of deals. Everything exists around these lakes because they're here. And South Dakota, for it to be where it's at, the amount of rain we get here, you get the really nice downpours during the summer, but you can have those years that you have a dry year. You may have those years that it's a wet year, and these lakes, they kind of help these animals survive out here during these periods. Corey and I decided we're not going to go to the other side of Lake Marsh because, like I said, we're the Prairie Potholes region. Within 10 miles, we can get to a lake. We're going to a place called Lake Norden. Lake Norden is also a town that has a really cool cheese factory in it. Lake Norden is another place that has fish. I'm not sure what the fish are out here, and we're gonna go hit it up. One of the reasons why I'm focusing more on catching like northerns right now is that's what I know how to catch, because growing up down south, I used to catch redfin pickerel, little pike, no more than about 6-7 inches. You were lucky if you got one that was about 10. A small pike, but they fought like crazy. And pike, they bite easily. All you got to do, they're almost like me. You get something, and they go, ooh, shiny, and they go after it. But they're a voracious predator, and they fight like crazy. They're a lot of fun to catch. Corey and I went fishing with my father-in-law Greg a couple weeks ago at Lake Poncet, where Chris works at, my wife. And we were out, we were trolling, and he had us rigged up to catch walleye. Well, the first day I caught 2 fish. One of them was a fairly small walleye, and the other one was a fairly small northern. And I think the northern fought a lot more than the walleye did. And I'm not sure how Corey feels about it. Hey, Corey, the second day we were out fishing with your Opa, and you caught the 2 northerns. How did they fight? As opposed to catching walleye, how did they feel? Did they fight more, or were they about the same?
I caught a big one and I caught like a smaller one. The smaller one wasn't too hard, but the big one was, it did put up.
How long was the big one? Like, what do you consider a big one? Because you got to remember, we're talking to people.
It was like a fairly small one, and there was like a bigger one, I think.
So what, about a foot and a half for what you're calling a big one?
Yeah.
All right. But these fish, they fight like crazy, and they're really fun to catch. I'm just trying to find a place that we can fish easily and toss these lures and not have to toss into the wind, because one of the other things you got to be careful with tossing into the wind like we are is the wind starts stripping your line off as the lure is flying very shortly through the air, and you can end up getting a backlash. And I'm not really crazy about trying to fish a backlash out of my line. Well, we're coming into the outskirts of the town of Lake Norden right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see the sign or not. The cheese factory is over that way. All these are real small farming communities. They've got a co-op and all that. And one of the big things with South Dakota is they make a lot of money between agriculture, fishing, and hunting. These are the big money makers for that. You've got a few tourist sites like Mount Rushmore, Deadwood, stuff like that. But the big money maker for South Dakota is hunting and fishing, because the hunting and fishing here are great. Hopefully, if this evolves the way I would love it to evolve, hopefully that by this winter I'll have enough people watching my videos and all, and we can do a couple hunting videos going out and hunting pheasants, some coyotes, because I'm kind of your atypical guy. I love hunting pheasants. Can't hit them for shit. I will blast an entire box of shells out of the sky and not kill the first bird. And I'm comfortable with saying that with a shotgun. But it's just interesting like that. Oh, we got the cops down here. I hope everything's okay. So I'm about to turn into another public fishing area here to access Lake Norden. I've seen some guys up here as spring was coming around, and they were catching fish off the riprap down here where we're gonna go try by the bridge if we can get to it without having to crawl through grass and get covered in ticks. So you guys sit tight. We will park and we'll be back with you here in a minute. Yes, you hear, crap, I can't even remember the name of the band now. But sit tight and we'll be back with you shortly. So we're out of the truck. We're walking out here Lake Norden. Like I said, this is the first time I fished this one. So I'm gonna head up here. There's a spillway right here. I'll show it to you in just a second once I get to it. I'm gonna try fishing the spillway, and I'm gonna let Corey walk around and fish wherever she wants and see how we do. You can see Miss Clumsy back here. I think she just about fell.
No, I got a bug in my mouth.
So we're gonna try this. Just give you an idea. I'm gonna try fishing this tailwater off of this spillway and see how it does, because in my little pea brain, it should do pretty good, but we'll find out. Sit tight and we'll be back with you shortly. Want to say anything?
Bye.
Alright guys, so I just had a pretty good sized fish. I'm not sure what it was, but he just snapped the line like it wasn't anything. Now I'm fishing with 50-pound leaders, 50-pound test leaders, and this kind of a green nylon cord here, like this stuff. And these are the leaders that I'm fishing with. They're 50-pound test. Whatever it was, snapped that leader like it wasn't shit. So we're getting ready to retie and rehook and see if I can catch another one. Obviously coming to the spillway was a great idea. Thank you, Corey, because she came up with the idea. She turned out to be a pretty damn good fisherman. I gotta give her that. Her mom's gonna want to kidnap her now and take her fishing with her, and yeah, no, that's not happening anymore. Alright guys, we'll be back with you here in a second. And like I said, this is the same kind of lure that I just lost. And when he hit it, he knocked the piss out of it. So we're gonna try and see if we can do him again. Alright, sit tight.